So I was a junior in high school when 9/11 happened. Definitely had a big impact on me. I've been thinking a little bit about the military before that. I just knew that serving was something that was really important to me. That's what I wanted to do. The country being at war in Iraq and Afghanistan at the time. And enlisted shortly after graduating high school in 2003 and left for basic training in the spring of 2004. Just like most of the 18 X-rays, went to basic training, went to airborne school, and then went straight up to Fort Bragg. Spent the next about 18 months in the Special Forces Q course and graduated and went to the 7th Special Forces Group, and that's where I spent the next 5 years. I deployed 4 times, twice to Afghanistan, twice to South America. So about 2 years before I left active duty, I pretty much knew that I was going to separate from the service, and really that transition time before I got out was just focused on getting ready to go back to school. I'm not really sure on what I wanted to do exactly. I just knew that I needed to finish my bachelor's degree. So I actually separated from active duty and I enrolled at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and started full-time, coming in from almost 10 years removed from high school, and going back into that academic environment was definitely a little bit of a shock. Things were moving at a really fast pace, and it was definitely something I had to jump into right away and put myself into all the way. When I started my senior year at Carolina, that's when I really started to focus on a job search. Coming out of the Army, that was the only thing I'd ever done professionally, and had no experience in the business world or any other kind of private professional career. So I just didn't know what opportunities were out there. I had an idea that I wanted to work in the finance field, but not really sure what that meant. Didn't know what kind of jobs were out there, what would be a good fit for me, what I would enjoy, or what I would even be considered a serious applicant for. I started just contacting different companies, sending out my resume, cover letters, just trying to get a feel for what was going on. And really those first couple months, wasn't even really prepared to market myself as an applicant. So a big part of it was just learning the landscape a little bit. Coming out of Special Forces, it's so much different, and private businesses just don't really know how to interpret that and try to see how it might be valuable in a different way than the prototype candidate that's coming straight out of college, from high school, and needing an opportunity to actually talk to somebody to try and tell them, like the kinds of experiences that I've had, the kind of things that I've done.
I introduced him to an investment banking firm that has a pretty neat culture.
We just had a good conversation about where I was coming from, what I was looking to do, and that resulted in an offer to do an internship here at 7 Mile.
He's got a quiet confidence about him, that confidence that comes from capability combined with experience. Although he may not be a spreadsheet jockey or an analytical wonderkind in the financial space, he's certainly able to learn, and we believe that we can teach those skills to people that are interested in learning them and have that adaptive capability.
From the get-go, there was just a sense of a guy that, hey, this guy, whether it's with our firm or somebody else, he's going to figure out how to get into this industry, and he's going to excel. And that was just apparent.
And my understanding is both the management team and Brenden have seen the commonality of these traits and how it works inside the business.
I looked at this as an opportunity to be here for 2 to 3 months and interview every day. Initially, it can be very discouraging looking for work and looking for jobs. It's obviously really competitive out there with the economy the way it is, and you don't always hear back from people. Most of the time you don't hear back when you send something in, and that's definitely discouraging. There's certainly times when I thought, man, I had a pretty good career going on in the Army, pretty decent salary, able to provide for my family pretty well. What was I doing, leaving that behind? Or maybe I should try and go back. But I think the thing that really keeps driving me and motivating me is, the same thing that motivated me to get into Special Forces. It's part of it is, seeking out an adventure and challenging yourself, and that's what I look forward to doing all the time, because I'm confident in myself and confident in what I can do. and just look forward to proving that.